Dave Damashek here with a reality check. Thanks for coming in, Patriots fan, Broncos fan. I have some tough news for you. It's not going to be easy to hear. Neither Peyton Manning nor Tom Brady will win the Super Bowl this year. I'm sorry. I know it isn't easy to hear. To be fair, though, it shouldn't come as too big a shock if you've been paying attention. This year's Patriots are football's answer to LeBron's Cavaliers, a thoroughly mediocre team whose deficiencies are obscured by their sublime star. Come January, though, there will be nowhere to hide said shortcomings when the Pats go up against the NFL's Giants. Well, I don't mean those Giants, but the result will be the same as it was in the 2 Super Bowls against those Giants. There's been a lot of talk lately about whether New England can overcome the loss of Gronk, but the fact is the team has been doomed since Wilfork and Mayo went down. The run defense is near the bottom in the NFL, and it's been gashed over the last month by the likes of the Broncos, Texans, and Browns. Brady and Belichick do give the Pats a puncher's chance against any foe, but against 3 or maybe even 4 high-quality foes on the other side of the holidays, oh no. And then there's Peyton. He's instructed us to stick the narrative about his cold weather struggles where the sun don't shine. But that narrative isn't a work of fiction. It's an autobiography penned by the guy who's now 9-13 when it's under 40 degrees outside. That's empirically bad for someone who's won 7 out of every 10 games he's played over the last 16 years. In other words, saying Peyton isn't as good when the weather goes south isn't reckless speculation, it's a statement of fact. Sorry if that rubs you the wrong way, but the nuanced reality is this. Some wildly successful players and teams aren't built for the postseason. That's not saying they're chokers. Rather, their particular styles aren't practically conducive to winning against the highest level of competition. For all their dominance in the National League over a decade and a half, Atlanta Braves pitchers Greg Maddux and Tom Glavine came up short in the NL playoffs. Why? Because while finesse works against the Padres in July, it gets exposed by powerful lineups that populate October baseball. And so it goes for Peyton, destined to run away with this year's MVP, considered by some to be the best to ever play the position, but rendered pedestrian when the temperature drops and the competition rises. A wobbling pass thrown into tight coverage might find its mark on a warm September afternoon against the overmatched Raiders secondary, but it's a recipe for a pick 6 against a playoff-worthy defense on a chilly, raw evening in January. So like I say, neither Tom Brady nor Peyton Manning will win this year's Super Bowl. And now, I'll say this. Peyton Manning isn't ever going to win another Super Bowl. At 37 and playing with a gaggle of offensive stars, this season is his last best shot. But let's say he survives the AFC bracket and somehow gets to New Jersey in February, where it'll be cold and windy and maybe even snowy. And let's say that nasty defense from Seattle is there to meet him. You taking Peyton? Well then, I wish you good luck and some warm headwear this holiday season, because just like another Peyton Manning-led playoff team, you're about to be left out in the cold.